Hey, what's up? Welcome to another rock hard tale of the tape. Today we're going to take a look at Rough Cutt, their self-titled debut, 1986. The band was a very talented band. They were managed by Wendy Dio, Ronnie James Dio's wife. She helped write a few of the songs on the album as well. You know, I call them a tweener band. They were right before the big hair bands really broke out, the Poisons, Bon Jovi was pretty much there as well. But right before that point, a lot of these bands were metal, more metal at least. And you can remember bands like King Cobra was probably a good example. Icon, another example, where their first album that came out was pretty heavy and a little more metal-oriented. Then the record labels decided, hey, let's soften things up a little bit and get on the radio. Well, Rough Cutt was kind of right in between there. They certainly had a heavier, darker sound. But for some reason, their first release was the cover tune, Emma Frank's Piece of My Heart. Now, Paul Shortino, who is one of the better singers of the whole era, just an amazing voice. He certainly could channel a Janis Joplin. So their cover of Piece of My Heart was a little bit more like a Janis Joplin song. Here's a mistake I think they made with that. First of all, kids from the 80s weren't really Janis Joplin fans. Janis Joplin fans didn't want you messing with their song. So the song really didn't go anywhere, even though it's a great cover of it. Next one, they did another cover and released it. Dreamin' Again, which was a Choir Boys song. So their first two songs they released were cover songs, mid-tempo ballads that really didn't go anywhere. Now, the best song I think on the album, I think over time has probably shown, that was Take Her. The first cut on the release, I think, was one of the strongest songs. I think they were their best with songs like Cut Your Heart Out, Black Widow. Paul Shortino could have gone into metal. He had such a powerful voice, and the guy is just an amazing singer. So I don't know if they were marketed right, what the deal was, if it was the band's decision, the label's decision, where this was going, but they kind of got stuck in that purgatory between breaking it big and just being a great band. They were bigger overseas. Of course, Japan, they were pretty big. And if you want to know the talent of this band, find on YouTube when they're playing live in Japan. I tell you what, they were fantastic. Amir Dirac, the guitar player, fantastic. He went on to form the industrial band Orgy, and Dead by Sunrise is, I think, what he's doing recently. But, Matt Thor, Chris Hager, these guys were talented guys. There was no doubt that Rough Cutt had great musicianships. I would take their musicianship over like a Poison any day of the week. Granted, most people would. But never quite put it together. Their next release was even a little bit more radio-friendly. Now, I liked both releases. Don't get me wrong. I think the band had a great sound. I just wish they would have stuck with one style. It was a little all over the place, and I'm not sure they had quite the direction. And again, coming out in '86 was a funny time. Things were kind of transforming a little bit. They wanted these pretty boys, and they wanted to get you on the radio. And Rough Cutt, they were a darker, heavier band. There's all there is to it. Shortino, by the way, he made his first appearance a couple years before the first Rough Cutt album in the movie This Is Spinal Tap. He was Duke Fame. If you remember meeting this band in the lobby, that was Paul Shortino. So the guy's a stud. I mean, the guy was a monster singer. He went on to sing in Quiet Riot when Kevin DuBrow ducked out for a while or they fired him. Whatever story you want to believe. So Paul Shortino, definitely one of the premier singers of that era. And you know what? He's still got it. He's actually taken over for King Cobra in recent years. The guy's an amazing singer. But it's a great snapshot of the time period. There's a good variety of songs on here, and it does sound a lot better to me than it used to, actually. I thought it was always a good album, But going back now, it's like, this is pretty good stuff. Shortino, you just don't hear voices like that anymore. Anyway, that is a look at Rough Cutt's debut right here on Rock Hard Tale of the Tape Best of Cassette. See you next time. Check us out online at rockintohardplace.rocks.